Swiss cheese is one of the most popular and recognizable types of cheese in the world, with its distinctive holes and nutty flavor. While traditional Swiss cheese is still made in small batches on family farms, most Swiss cheese today is made in large industrial facilities. Milk collection. The first step in making Swiss cheese is collecting the milk. Milk is typically collected from local farms, although larger producers may have their own herds. The milk is then transported to the cheese factory in large tanker trucks. The milk is tested for quality and temperature before it is unloaded into a holding tank. Pasteurization. Once the milk is collected, it is pasteurized to kill any harmful bacteria. The milk is heated to a specific temperature and held at that temperature for a specific amount of time. After pasteurization, the milk is cooled and stored until it's ready to be used in the cheese-making process. Adding starter culture and rennet. The next step is to add a starter culture and rennet to the milk. The starter culture is a mixture of bacteria that helps to ferment the milk, while the rennet is an enzyme that helps to coagulate the milk. The mixture is stirred thoroughly and left to sit for a specific amount of time to allow the bacteria to ferment the milk and create curds. Cutting and cooking the curds. Once the curds have formed, they are cut into small pieces and cooked. The cooking process helps to expel the whey from the curds, creating a firmer texture. The temperature and cooking time are carefully controlled to achieve the desired texture. Pressing and draining. After cooking, the curds are pressed to further expel the whey. The cheese is then drained and moved to a molding area, where it is shaped into large blocks. The blocks are then pressed again to remove any remaining whey and to give the cheese its distinctive shape. Brining and aging. Once the cheese has been shaped and pressed, it is soaked in a brine solution to help develop its flavor and texture. The cheese is then moved to a temperature-controlled aging room, where it is aged for several months. During the aging process, the cheese develops its distinctive flavor and texture, and the holes or eyes begin to form. Packaging and shipping. After aging, the cheese is cut into smaller blocks and packaged for distribution. Swiss cheese is typically sold in blocks or sliced for use in sandwiches and other dishes. The cheese is shipped to retailers and distributors around the world, where it is sold to consumers who enjoy its distinctive flavoraging and texture. In conclusion, Swiss cheese is made through a complex and carefully controlled process that involves pasteurization, fermentation, cooking, pressing, brining, and aging. Despite these changes, Swiss cheese remains one of the most popular and beloved types of cheese in the world.